Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Darrell Bean Stadium on the campus of Earlham College as we bring you Earlham College field hockey. Great to have you with us on this homecoming weekend. The Quakers have been away for, in fact, the last 24 days. That spans a 5-game portion of their schedule as well, but they're finally back home here to take on a very good Wooster team in North Coast Athletic Conference field hockey action. Last time out, the Quakers coming off a big win over Ohio Wesleyan as they sweep those 2 games this past season over Ohio Wesleyan. We'll check out the standings coming up a little bit later. When we come back on the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show, we're going to talk about this Wooster team that the Quakers will play today, and we'll also turn the clock back to the Wooster, to the Quakers as well, and kind of give you an idea of what they've been up to over their last 24 days and 5-game road trip. It's all coming up right here, Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you're born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with comprehensive auto repair services that include car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. You'll be hard-pressed to find the same level of expertise that our auto mechanic specialists provide. For a high-performing vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, call 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Back here at Darrell Bean Stadium, should be a beautiful day for field hockey. In fact, we have field hockey, 2 soccer matches, and we'll bring you football later today as well on this homecoming weekend. Let's go ahead and scout this Wooster Scots team as they come in here at 8-7. They're 5-5 in the North Coast Athletic Conference. Again, their last time out, they also beat Ohio Wesleyan 3-1. They've lost their last 3, though. They have kind of hit a little bit of a slump here toward the end of the year. They lost to Washington and Jefferson 2-0. In their last conference game, they lost to Wittenberg big by a final of 6-2. They can be dangerous. The Quakers know that. In fact, they average almost 3 goals per game. Their shot percentage is at 20. Their shots per game at 15.3. That'll put a lot of pressure on that Earlham defense today to really help out their goalkeeper here this afternoon. And, of course, their goals against average the other way, 2.77. So the Quakers know if they can get their offense going here today, they can put some goals on the board as well. Here are the key players to watch for today. Erica Womack, 8 goals and 3 assists. She's scored 19 points so far this year. Sydney Schuster, she'll wear number 23, 5 goals, 4 assists, good enough for 14 points. Number 29, Lauren Abbott, 4 goals and 6 assists, good enough for another 14 points. And then Caitlin O'Connor, 6 goals, 2 assists, and 14 points. Good balance scoring at the top of their lineup. And then, of course, we'll keep an eye on the goalkeeper today. That's going to be Katie Scheidler. Scheidler giving up 26 goals, a 2.54 goals against average. Her save percentage is at .812. She is 8-6 on this season. When we come back, we'll get you updated on what the Quakers have been up to lately. We haven't seen them in a while, as we said moments ago. We'll talk about where they're at as they get ready for today's matchup, a doubleheader weekend right here on the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you're born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
Well, the Quakers 4-8 coming in 3-7 in the North Coast Athletic Conference. They won't qualify for the tournament this year, but they have really played much better on the offensive side this year. Again, they're coming off a win over Ohio Wesleyan 3-1. They swept they swept Iowa this year. Both matches at 3-1. Maida Turling's both goals, and it's, in fact, in their last matchup had 2 goals in they win over Ohio Wesleyan. Both were unassisted. Maida playing well right now. We'll talk about her season stats here in a little bit as well. Quakers now 20 goals on the year, so far averaging about 10.4 shots per game, and their shot percentage is at 20. 82 corners as well. That's huge today coming into this one. Maida Turling's 8 goals and 2 assists, leads the Quakers in scoring with 18 points. Megan Hutt 6 goals and 4 assists, good enough for 16 points. And in goal, and of course she'll be in goal here again today, Camille Vandevart, 26 goals given up, a goals against average at 2.36. 66 saves, her save percentage at .717, and again, she has all the records so far this year for the Quakers. She is 4-8. Well, there you have it. The table is set. It's Wooster and Earlham coming up in a couple of moments. The Quakers and the Scots here at Darrell Bean Stadium on this homecoming weekend as we continue here on the Farm Beer Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. The starters coming up in just a moment.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery. Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023.
Well, here is how the Scots of Worcester will be lining up here this afternoon. Number 3, Katie Scheidler will again be in the starting lineup, along with Erica Womack, number 7. Rose Taylor wears number 8. Grace O'Leary is number 9. Caitlin O'Connor wearing number 10. Harriet Sudeth, number 15. She's out of Louisville, Kentucky. Also, Katie Padovic is getting the start today, number 17. Emma Roderick, number 20. Sammy Pavlicek is also starting today, a freshman, number 22. Sydney Schuster, number 23. And Lauren Abbott is number 29. The interim head coach, Elizabeth Ford, for the Scots. Quakers will go like this. Natalie Blatz wearing number 2. Grace McCool is number 8. Sydney Barnes, number 9. Isabella Grasso, number 10. Megan Hutt wearing number 11. Maida Turling's number 14. Olivia Honigman is number 18. Laura Khalifa is number 20. Alexis Warren, the freshman, getting the start again today out of Lindenhurst, New York. She wears number 22. Sophia Salvatore out of Miami, Florida, number 23. And again in goal, Camille Vandevart, a sophomore. When we come back, we will get this one underway. I do promise a full day of Earlham athletics right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hi, this is Troy Darengowski from Radio Troy Digital Sports. You know what, staying in shape isn't always the easiest thing to do. So to help assist me, I work out in just one place. That's Family Fitness. I can do everything from lifting, body pump, kick fit, body flow, kettlebell, Zumba, CrossFit, and more. So if you're looking for a great way to stay or get into shape, check out Family Fitness Works in Richmond. Give them a call at 935-9191 or go to their website, familyfitnessworks.com.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com.
It's summertime, the kids are home, and traffic on your carpet is pretty heavy. Let Georgia Direct install stain-proof, waterproof carpet that's easy to take care of and gives your home a fresh new look. Georgia Direct has great-looking carpet, colorful tile, beautiful hardwood flooring, and more. And for the kitchen, the Georgia Direct showroom features lots of new cabinets and design ideas. Georgia Direct in Richmond, National Road East, exit 156A, just off I-70, next to Red Lobster. For price, selection, experience, and service, it's Georgia Direct.
Hey, this is Steve, and out at Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
Our community. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout the area. You bank locally, so we give back locally to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto, in business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians, and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf, and I approve this message.
Hey, I want to remind you that today's game being brought to you in part by your Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week you can get a different 6-inch sub with non-artificial flavors or colors, only $3.50. Every Tuesday, the oven-roasted chicken, Wednesday, the turkey breast, and Thursday, the Italian BMT. Treat yourself at Subway. 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh. Quakers in their all maroon today. The Scots will be in their white tops and black pants. The Quakers will have the opening possession of this one here today. Great to have you with us as it's homecoming weekend. And Quakers, again, the last time they were here, you have to go back to September 27th when they lost a tough one to Denison. That shows you how long it's been since the Quakers have played on their own home turf. That is a long time between chances to play at home, but they'll be home not only today, tomorrow, but their final game at home. 3 out of their next 4 will be here at Darrell Bean Stadium. All right, Quakers have the opening possession. It will go back over to the Scots. Ball will go deep into the corner. Trying to run that down as Caitlin O'Connor cannot do so. A lot of freshmen, by the way, in this lineup here today going both ways, including the keeper, Katie Scheidler, out of Gibsonia, Pennsylvania. We'll see how the Quakers try to challenge her here this afternoon and see if they can put some pressure on the freshman. Scots will try to dump it behind once again and go on the attack from midfield, but taken away. Good steal by Megan Hutt. Megan has one to beat, gets inside the strike circle, winds up, fires, and that is a nice save by Scheidler, and then the goal by the Quakers. Well, it didn't take Earlham very long. In fact, it took less than a minute to get on the board here for the Quakers. And a great start for Earlham here this afternoon. Once they give us official word, we'll tell you who the goal was scored by and who may have gotten the assist as well. But, boy, that might be the quickest that the... It will be Megan Hutt. They'll give her the official goal. It was Megan one-on-one. I say wait to see because sometimes you never know if there was another player that may have been in the area. But it was Megan Hutt picking up the goal here today to get things started for the Quakers. And for Megan, that will be her 7th goal of the season. And the Quakers again lead it 1-0. Ball goes out of play on the far side, and it'll be Turlings who will put it in play. So now Turlings has 8. Megan Hutt with 7. Quakers again start to advance, and that'll be whistled dead against Earlham. In fact, I'm pretty sure that might be the fastest goal I can remember that a Quaker field hockey team has scored since we've been doing field hockey over the last 4 to 5 years. Wooster coming to the near side. Ball will come to the sideline. On control there is Sydney Schuster. Quakers get the violation. They call that against Khalifa. And the Scots will look to go back on the attack again to the near side. Here's Pavlicek. Ball near side after the takeaway for the Quakers, and Earlham again very active on that back side. That was Megan Hutt once again. And the inbound here by Pavlicek on the near side. Try to enter into the strike circle. And the violation called against the Scots, and the Quakers again will get the possession and try to come to the attack to the near side. Honigman trying to advance that ball to Megan Hutt. The official calling that against Megan. Pavlicek looks back to the middle. The Scots just outside the strike circle will work it to the far side. Here's the attempt, and a weak attempt off that left wing by Grace O'Leary. Wasn't struck well. Quakers able to clear it out once again. And on the fast break and the counterattack, here come the Quakers one more time. And guess who again? She's been active already here in the first half. That is Megan Hutt. Couldn't keep the ball on her stick as the ball is taken away. And on the counterattack, Quakers pick up the penalty. Ball back to the middle here for the Scots, trailing 1-0. Pavlicek here to the near side once again, very close to the strike circle. Ball knocked down. Honigman on the backside of the Quaker defense, able to get a stick on that one. And the ball will come out of bounds here on the near side. Deep in the corner. Scots will look to attack from there. Abbott looks inside. Ball in the circle. And there is that freshman we talked about so much this year in Alexis Warren, who did a nice job coming in on the backside. And she read that play very well. But it looks like we will have our first corner of the day here for the Scots. Again, good play by Alexis Warren. We've talked time and time again throughout the year how many times she has helped Camille Vandevart on the backside, and that's so important. If she shifts over, you got to have somebody that you can count on in the back, because that one caroms high in the air off the stick out front by Pavlicek, and it goes out of play. And the Quakers will have the possession. I'll take that back. It'll be Wooster possession, so last touch by the Quakers, but the corner, the penalty corner for naught for the Scots. That ball struck outside the strike circle. There is again Alexis Warren, and she starts to advance on it, and the official says we've got another penalty corner. So 2 now for the Scots, and boy, you hate to see this. It's quite an advantage for the opposing team or the other team, as this ball will be placed on the hash mark to the left. Outside the strike circle, ball tipped in the air. Vandevart right behind it, and they're going to say it bounced into the goal, but it's going to go against the Scots. And so the second penalty corner for not there for the Scots. Nice pass. Salvatore here for the Quakers on the dribble. Nice move, gets by the defenseman Roderick. And now Salvatore on the dribble again. Gets stopped outside the strike circle and loses the ball. Turnover Quakers. And now we'll head back the other way once again. So the Quakers had a really good attack once again going, much like when Megan Hutt had that attack that got the first goal of the day. Ball whistled dead here on the near side as it went out of bounds. And there you get a look now at Sydney Barnes, who will put it in play now for the Quakers, but stolen away. Another takeaway for the Scots. That was Lauren Abbott. Quakers advance back on defense and able to get the stop as well on the counterattack. And there is the veteran Natalie Blatz, the junior out of Amherst, New York, able to get the stop. And that'll go against the Scots again. A lot of times these calls happen relatively quickly. And the opposing team will take that ball and then move as fast as they can down the field and try to catch the other team a little bit asleep. Far side, here is O'Leary. O'Leary tried to advance. Alexis Warren coming from behind and again disrupting that offensive flow, which is a huge key. So we've already given Warren plenty of kudos here today, helping the Quakers on defense. Ball comes loose, picked up by O'Connor. And now O'Connor looks to the inside. There's Warren again, able to tip that one away. The backhanded attempt, and they say backhanded, it can only go off the flat side of the stick. But O'Connor did a good job turning that stick over. Ball hit inside the circle, goes wide to the left on the attempt by Erica Womack, the junior, for the Scots. Quakers lead it 1-0 as we're at 27 minutes here in the first half. Honigman unable to come up with it. This will be Sydney Barnes, the sophomore out of Dallas. And that'll go against Barnes. She looked back to the inside. Ahead of her, as that ball gets back in the strike circle, I was looking to see who's coming out as Grace McCool comes out. Kudzai Mushankahandi coming in now for the Quakers. Mushankahandi is out of Zimbabwe, a backup player who has played a little bit more as the season rolls along. Ball comes out of bounds here on the near side. And put in play now by Pavlicek. Quakers try to advance it here with Sydney Barnes looking down that sideline. The call will go against the Scots. As the ball moves to midfield, here's Salvatore. Salvatore sends that one high in the air, hits off the arm of Roderick, and boy, she's going to feel that one. Ball's going to come back. That'll go against the Quakers. Will be placed right at about the 45-yard line. And they'll work back toward the middle. Good look at Lauren Abbott. Here's Abbott down the middle again for the Scots. Back inside the circle. Vandevart nearly stepped over that ball. Didn't clear it out very well. In fact, not at all. And that's going to be a penalty corner again for the Scots. Boy, I tell you what, Vandevart just, like many times you see players top the ball, hit it off the top of the ball when they're attempting to strike, and that time Vandevart just kind of stepped over it. Very dangerous, and now an advantage once again here for the Scots. Quakers lead it 1-0 here in the first half of play. It has to go outside the circle, then back in the strike circle to make it eligible for a goal attempt, as that's a shot attempt out front. That was number 15, which is Harriet Sudith on the first attempt. Quakers played it well. Salvatore again here on the near side will take that one up the sideline, double teamed and stolen away by Pavlicek. And now the ball again will go out of play on the near side, and the Scots will put it back into play. Ball struck toward the middle of the field, and the Quakers come back quickly on defense, and there's a stop from behind by the Quakers. Give that credit to Maida Turlings. Here is Megan Hutt. Hutt looking back to the inside. Hutt makes a nice move to the end line. The backhand inside for Salvatore, and then Salvatore scores. Megan Hutt will get the assist, and looks like it is Salvatore who positioned herself right in front of Katie Scheidler and got the goal. So how about Earlham off to a great start here today, leading this one 2-0. Well, Earlham again, we just talked about it a couple of moments ago. What would the Quakers do as they were going to continue to put pressure on this freshman goalkeeper, and so far it has paid off. 2-0. Quakers back on the counterattack on the far sideline. Earlham trying to get themselves into position again on this attack. Quakers unable to keep that possession. It was taken away by the Scots. Quakers come back. Here's Megan Hutt again. Megan turns, and we've got a whistle against the Scots.
That Earlham goal scored by number 23, Sophia Salvatore. Assist number 11, Megan Hutt.
There you heard it maybe in the background. Again, the goal scored by Salvatore. Megan Hutt with the assist for Megan. Now a goal and an assist today. Now 7 goals, 5 assists. And she's now gone by Turlings as the scoring leader for the Quakers. That one struck big time out front by Turlings. And that one sailed just a little bit high over the goal and to the left. And it'll go back over again to the Quakers, who will place it at the 25-yard line. The official near the goal whistle time, so now the Quakers will reset it again. Here's Turlings. Turlings, the little tap inside the circle. Turlings able to stay controlled with it. Turlings will now feed it inside and just off to the left as it goes out of bounds. Mushanga Handi was there for the Quakers, positioned herself well in front of that goal for perhaps another opportunity, but now the Quakers with a possession. Here's Salvatore to the near side. See the clock, just over 22 minutes remaining here in the first half. Imagine the Scots could be a little bit shocked at this point, the way the Quakers have come out and played so far here in the first half, both defensively and offense as well. Get a chance, I'm going to check out the standings here in just a couple of moments. I was looking for the numbers, how many times the Scots have beaten the Quakers. 14. The Quakers against the Scots have been beaten 14 out of 15 attempts. Here is Megan. Megan, nice shot, knocked down on the backside as the goalkeeper was out of position, but right behind her was Erica Womack, able to knock that shot down. Well, we've seen now an instance where we look at the Quakers and Alexis Warren, who does a nice job on that backside. We just saw that on the other side with Erica Womack. Don't leave your goalie, if she goes out of position to try to challenge a shot from one side or the other, don't leave that goalie out there hanging there by herself, and that's what we've seen now with two very good plays by, again, Alexis Warren and now Erica Womack. I love to see that on the backside. You're not sitting there falling asleep and watching the play. You get yourself involved. Here's Salvatore. Megan Hutt trying to get that loose ball near the sideline and then gets a steal. Megan to the end line. Salvatore tried to tap that one. The backhand attempt, she hit the turf first, and it goes back over to the Scots. And even on that backhand, you have to turn that stick to the flat side, and that is not an easy thing to do. That's one thing you got to really admire about field hockey, is their ability to turn that stick over. And we'll go back over to the Quakers. The Quakers tried to get inside. Grasso saw Megan Hutt there, and there the Quakers with a steal. Quakers back on the counterattack. Megan to Grasso to the outside. The feed inside will be stolen away by Padovic. Padovic out of Columbus, Ohio, played her field hockey at Upper Arlington High School. Scots again will look to see what's available. They want to try to attack down the middle if they can. There's Rose Taylor. Taylor to the sideline. Instead of going back to the middle, that ball shot all the way down the field and eventually goes out of play, and the Quakers will have the possession. 2-0 as we've made it under the 20-minute mark now here in the first half. Good start for the Quakers. Mentioned Vandevart earlier in the pregame, and I think she's played well. She got off kind of a slow start, but only a sophomore. And the Quakers will have her for the next couple of years. Emily Garrisol, the head coach for the Quakers, talked to her a little bit before the match started here today as the Scots get it in the strike circle. We have our fourth penalty corner now for Wooster. Emily says they're taking some baby steps. Of course, she played at Central Michigan out of the Mid-American Conference in her first year here at Earlham. Malia Fujisawa is their assistant coach, and she has an extensive background as well in field hockey, and they're really doing a nice job with this program. Scots inside the circle. That one rolled along the turf. Nothing there on the shot. And the Quakers get Turlings to sail that one far away. Looked like a Tiger Woods drive in golf as Turlings winding up and sending that one out of play. Quakers trying to come back right there as the ball stolen away by Turlings. Good look at Laura Khalifa, the senior, one of the, three seniors now? There's McCool, Megan Hutt, Honigman, and Khalifa. So there's 4 seniors who will be honored at the end of the year when they take on DePauw here at Darrell Bean Stadium. Quakers on the counterattack inside the strike circle. Coming out, the keeper, Scheidler, able to get a right leg on that one and able to get a save as the Quakers again will go back on defense. The Scots on the counterattack on the far sideline. Looks like a change in that lineup for the Scots as Christina Measle has come in, a forward out of Ann Arbor, Michigan, wearing number 12 now for Wooster. Take away now by the Scots here on the near side. They try to lift that one. That is Abbott there for the Scots. And the Quakers come back with it after the turnover, the penalty called against Wooster. Here is Turlings. Turlings, she loves to wind up. Tell you what, she might not be a bad baseball player, because when she winds up and strikes, that thing goes all the way past the end line and to the other end. Scott's ball. Quakers so far pitching the shutout, doing a nice job in controlling the ball. Also done a nice job on defense. Scots trying to put themselves back in position. Lead pass will find Schuster. Schuster gets it inside the strike circle. Ball's going to be knocked away. Barnes on the backside there again for the Quakers, as that ball will go to the end line. And Warren saves it from going out of bounds there, but look to the far side, and it does go out of play. Quakers will play that one right in front off the strike that time by O'Leary. And we will have another penalty corner right here. This will be number 5 against the Quakers today. Well, generally, the Quakers have been very good this year defending the penalty corner, and that's been the case so far today. This is number 5, and the Scots have yet to do anything with the penalty corner attempts. That was hit outside the strike circle. Once again, the Quakers defended well. Sudeth was the one that hit it the first time. Boy, a lot of bodies in there. Quakers need to clear it out if they can. They will not be able to do so. So another penalty corner for Wooster. This will be number 6. Well, you have to feel after a while that you keep being down from a man advantage standpoint, that Wooster may get one of these eventually. But so far, the Quakers have played it pretty well as they will go to the top once again. Ball slid to the near side off the low pass, and there is Warren again for the Quakers. Got a nice stick on that one, taking it away from the Scots. Here on the near side is Pavlicek as she looks inside. Ball knocked away. Honigman is there. Quakers looking inside on a possible double team, as we'll have another penalty corner. Boy, it's tough against the Quakers right here. They're just trying to clear it out of there. Unofficially now, this will be 7 penalty corners for Wooster here in the first half. Quakers are back here tomorrow. Don't forget that's a noon start time as they'll take on Oberlin. Quakers would love to have a doubleheader sweep here against Wooster and Oberlin. Inside the circle again, right in front of Vandervaart this time. The Quakers survive the penalty corner again. Blatz trying to advance that ball, and boy, we had a collision right at about the 30-yard line. 2 players went down. Grasso ends up getting kind of poked in the ribs. And the player who went down for Wooster, that is Harriet Sudeth. And Sudeth may have caught an elbow right upside the head, and she's a little slow to get up. See if she's going to stay in the game as they walk her toward the Wooster bench. I think they may bring Lauren Abbott back in. Quakers, this will give them a chance to talk with Coach Garrisol near the bench. As you see the Quakers coming back out and take that back, they're going to leave Abbott on the sideline. Coming in will be Emma Hambright. Hambright is out of Portsmouth, New Hampshire, a sophomore.
Here we go, Micah!
13:53 again remaining here in the first half of play. Quakers will have the possession, leading this one 2-0 after the brief injury timeout. You know, you're kind of surprised you don't see more of that, with players running toward the ball, and I think they would collide a little bit more. As a steal by Megan Hutt. Megan to Salvatore. Salvatore ends up running by the ball, and I think they're going to give that back to the Quakers. They call that penalty on Hambright. Here's Turlings, deep in the corner. Honigman looks to center the pass, and stolen away. Nice steal. Pavlicek there for Wooster. Boy, Wooster just really not doing a very good job here today of advancing that ball. Good look here at the near side, maybe. We'll get our camera over there. There's Turlings. Turlings tried to lift that high in the air, and the official said that was not acceptable. So the penalty against the Quakers, back over to the Scots. Wooster trying to again work that to the other sideline, and that was a bad pass stolen away by Khalifa. Khalifa now looking to the middle off the dribble. You could see her looking ahead. She was looking to the near side, and I think she had Isabella Grasso. Was that Grasso was there, or Honigman? Here's the dribble now by O'Connor. O'Connor looked back to the inside, stolen away by Barnes. There's Barnes fighting for the loose ball as she tried to get it away from Pavlicek, and the Quakers will have it off the penalty, but then the pass is off the mark as well as Hambright got the steal. Grasso on the far side along with Grace O'Leary, and O'Leary can't control it as it goes out of play. Ball will go back to midfield, and that will go against the Quakers off of the turnover, and the Quaker defense again with another steal. Here's Megan Hutt. Hutt, a goal and an assist today for the Quakers. Nice dribbling, goes right between two defenders. Hutt has it tipped in the air. Salvatore, and what do we have? A foul call against the Scots. So now Earlham in a position again inside the strike circle. Nice job on the inside defensively for the Scots. That was number 17, which is Padovic. Quakers again deep in the corner. Back inside the strike circle. Scots trying to desperately get it out of there. That was Hambright there for the Scots. Here's Honigman, and nice job. Honigman able to keep it in play. Salvatore trying to make the dribble inside the circle. They're going to get Salvatore. And here come the Scots on the counterattack. Here is O'Connor. O'Connor off the dribble, and Turlings able to come up. And Turlings able to come up with the takeaway as well.
Why is it wet?
Ball outside the strike circle as the Scots try to go back on the counterattack once again. And it'll go back over to Wooster, down 2-0 as we're coming up on that 10-minute mark here in the first half of play. Honigman now to the near side. Here on the penalty after the takeaway, Scots trying to advance it up the near sideline. Sydney Barnes is there for Earlham. Nice job by The Quakers hustling back. Khalifa there, and here is Abbott on the near side. Centering pass, and a good pass it was, but eventually past the end line. It may have gone off the stick of Pavlicek in the middle. And the Quakers will get it back once again. Now Quakers got on the board very early here in the first half, and now they lead it 2-0. Honigman will go against Hambright. Salvatore turns, almost got it by Hambright. Here come the Quakers on the counterattack. Salvatore to the left of the strike circle. Inside, Grasso turns, can't get it, and it'll be knocked out of bounds by Womack. And the Quakers will be able to put it in play from that area, right about, we're going to put them inside the 10-yard line. So Quakers, again, we'll put it in play right here as they'll get it to Grasso. Grasso had a defender right behind her, and that was Womack. Everybody looks up, and once the official said it goes the other way, the Scots take off and try to find themselves on a fast break the other way. Here's Abbott. Abbott working back toward the middle, and boy, the Quakers, I thought they played it well that time. They'll say a foul call against Earlham. Take away by Megan Hutt. Megan up the near sideline. Megan ends up losing it. And the ball here again to the near side. Get our camera guy to jump down there. There is Honigman. Honigman winds up again and sends this one all the way to the other end as it'll go to the keeper, Scheidler. So the Scots back on offense again. But again, all Earlham so far here in the first half of play, as that'll go against Grace O'Leary. O'Leary committing the foul. Quakers get it back to Megan Hutt. Deep in the corner to Taylor. Taylor trying to work it back up the right sideline. Good look at O'Connor, and O'Connor has it knocked out of play. We are coming up on the, well, just under the 7-minute mark now here in the first half. Quakers will put that one in play again. That was Turlings. Anytime you see a player for the Quakers wind up like that is generally Turlings. Turlings loves to hit that ball, and when she strikes it, it's coming at you. You got to be awful careful that you're not in the way. Scott's ball after the penalty on the Quakers. Good look at Schuster. Here come the Scots once again as they'll work it to the far side, and O'Connor with that backhand toward the end line, and Schuster was there, but it goes out of play. So Earlham, well, they're going to say it was last touched by the Quakers, which was kind of a surprise, but now the Quakers again able to come away with the loose ball. There is Megan Hutt once again, the senior, trying to advance, and nothing different whenever they speak of the opposing team sees that Megan Hutt gets the ball. There's generally a double team, and I think Turling's starting to learn that a little bit more as well, and she'll get more next year when Megan Hutt is no longer a part of this squad. Scott's looking toward the middle again. There's Turlings. Turlings again able to clear that one back out near midfield. And then a takeaway. Here is Salvatore. Salvatore in the circle. Salvatore turns to her right, and they're going to call that against the Quakers. A good fast break again. We saw the fast break goal earlier by Megan Hutt. Quakers are much faster down this field. Of course, it is an artificial surface, but they're much faster today than what I think we have seen in a long time. Of course, we haven't seen them in the last 24, 25 days, but their speed up the field is much better today than what we have seen in previous matches. Scots tried to advance that one, and they did finally get it to Schuster. Is Katie Harvey, or is this Hambright? Looks like that was Harvey's checked in. Katie Harvey is a freshman out of Ellicott City, Maryland. Now in for Wooster. Steal by the Scots. Chance to get on the board here. Inside the circle. Backhanded wide to the right off the backhand by Schuster. And the Scots unable to come up with a point right there. Is now Earlham. Well, they're forced to play that one a little bit quicker. Schuster came in and started forcing the action. And now the ball inbounded here on the near side. Now the Quakers, Salvatore up the left sideline. And that'll go against the Scots. This is Turlings again. Looking for Megan down that left sideline. Megan, nice job as she went by the defender. That's a great job on the dribble. Looks back to the inside. Got it inside the strike circle where the Scots were waiting. Rose Taylor again trying to clear that one away, and that'll go against the Quakers. That was a great one-on-one move by Megan Hutt, and she got it right by Hambright. Took it strong to the end line. So now the Scots, with under 3 minutes remaining here in this first half of play, they cannot mount an attack. Khalifa goes down, stolen away. Here's Womack on the steal. Coming up to defend will be Blatz, and they get Blatz on the penalty. Quakers know they have to hustle back quickly. Here's O'Connor, and O'Connor apparently touched that ball, so the Quakers get it back. Warren trying to pass that one ahead. Cannot do so. Stolen away by the Scots. Now the Quakers again back on defense. Here's Barnes. Kind of feel the Scots trying to get this thing going quickly, knowing time is running out here the first half, and unable to get that one is Abbott on the end line. Call near side again, intended for Honigman. Ball struck outside the strike circle and goes wide to the right. That was Katie Harvey. And the Quakers will get it back. This could be their final offensive attack right here. Just a minute 34. Here is Megan Hutt. There you see Megan again on the dribble. Megan takes it all the way to the sideline, and then there's that double team and another steal. Boy, good job again by Sydney Barnes, the defenseman, to stop that attack. Quakers will find Khalifa looking back toward the middle. Nishanka Handi was there for the Quakers, and it was blown dead at that point. And again, the ball goes out of play. So down to our final 45 seconds remaining here in this first half. Ouch. That ball again, a line drive, and hits off McCool's left hand. That's another thing. I wonder why more players don't wear some kind of a hockey glove for protection, because that one had to have smarted. Coming up on the 20-second mark, as this one is quickly coming to an end here in the first half of play, and the Quakers are going to go into the locker room ahead of this one 2-0. Good start here today for Earlham. Have not had tons of success against this Wooster team, but we have now made it to halftime. There you have it on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Earlham leading Wooster 2-0. We will come back and give you those first half numbers coming up in just a couple of moments. Stay right there. This is Earlham Field Hockey right here, Radio Troy Digital Sports.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
At Harrington Hope, we believe your life belongs to you. That's why we work hard to make sure that your insurance coverage is the last thing you have to worry about. So when it comes to keeping you protected,
We got this.
Little Sheba's Restaurant and Zini's Place. Come join us in Richmond at 175 Fort Wayne Avenue or at our newest location in Centerville at 129 East Main Street. Grab one of our gourmet pizzas, a deluxe sandwich, steak or fresh salad, and an ice-cold beer or your favorite wine. Featuring live music every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, plus more in our smoke-free environment. 10% discount with a valid student ID. It's better than being home. New Vision Sports is a training program that focuses on the training and improvement of this serious-minded athlete, including all ages and skill levels. From creating customized workout plans to providing ongoing motivation and support, New Vision strives to help you achieve your training goals. Their trainers use a variety of effective workout plans based on your specific goals. New Vision Sports, 977-5831, or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z.
As an internet service provider, Parallax Systems offers reliable residential high-speed internet service and business service. With a fiber backbone reaching over 150 miles, we have created a multifaceted delivery system. Our dark fiber leasing has proved beneficial to public and private sectors alike. Parallax serves Wayne County and surrounding areas. Parallax Systems, when speed matters. A division of Richmond Power and Light.
Drive in for the win and drive out with savings. It's a savings drive only at Wetzel Ford. Choose from our huge selection and drive away with a win. Right now, you can lease a 2017 Fusion S for only $249 a month for 36 months. Or lease a 2018 Flex for only $339 a month for 36 months. Or save over $4,500 and get 1.9% APR for 60 months on our huge selection of F-150 XLTs. Drive in for great savings during the Savings Drive at Wetzel Ford Richmond.
Our community. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout the area. You bank locally, so we give back locally to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
At the Reed Orthopedic Center, our physicians and support team devote themselves to helping you return to a healthy and active lifestyle. Our expertise includes shoulder, elbow, foot, ankle, hand, wrist, hip, and knee injuries, as well as pain management and rehabilitation, and school athletic training programs and sports medicine. We are committed to providing you with the best possible orthopedic treatment that we can. To request an appointment at the Reed Orthopedic Center, call 765-935-8905.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. In a small town, a company like theirs cannot stay in business for as long as they have without being very good at what they do. It's not just about quality work, it's about customer service. If that's the kind of experience you want on your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Call Reynolds Plumbing today at 966-0994.
We're back once again here at Darrell Bean Stadium on the campus of Earlham College, and a good start for the Quakers here this afternoon as they will be looking to win their fifth of the season. handing the Scots their 7th loss of the year. More importantly for the Quakers, they would pick up their 4th win in the North Coast Athletic Conference and then just be a game behind Wooster as we head down the backstretch of the season with just 3 games remaining. Quakers could make some inroads here in the conference. Here's how the first half numbers went. Wooster outshot the Quakers 7-4 in the first half. Wooster ended up with 6 penalty corners. The Quakers with no penalty corners. Generally, Earlham very good off the penalty corners. And the saves in the first half, Earlham with 3, Wooster with 2. Quakers were led in the shot department by Megan Hutt with 3. Leading the way for Wooster in the first half, Erica Womack with 2 and Sydney Schuster with 3 in that first half of play. Quakers scored with, in fact, just 52 seconds in the first half of play. Megan Hutt unassisted on that fast break goal, made it 1-0. And then Megan came back at about, 10:34 into the second half, assisted for Sophia Salvatore, who got right in front of the keeper, Katie Scheidler, did a good job standing her ground, even with all the defensemen standing around her as well. And a great pass by Megan to get the assist, and Salvatore picks up the second goal. And that's where we stand now here at halftime. The Quakers lead it 2-0. Today's game being brought to you in part by Jason Wise, the Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. Jason has an idea for an alternative fundraiser for your school group or nonprofit. If you list, buy, or refer a customer and mention this promotion, he'll donate 10% of what he makes on the transaction to the school group or nonprofit of your choice in your name. Tell your friends, family, colleagues to mention this offer when listing with Jason Wise at Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. Give him a call at 969-3400. See if the Quakers can keep things going in the second half. We'll do that in just a moment. This is Earlham Field Hockey right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
For over a century, Richmond Power & Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, they are advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. Richmond Power & Light provides reliable, low-cost energy and technology services in a customer-focused, environmentally responsible, safety-conscious manner. Richmond Power & Light. Together we make powerful partners.
At Square Donuts, we take our donuts seriously, and apparently so do our customers. Square Donuts is by far the #1 donut shop in Richmond. At Square Donuts, we bake our donuts, cinnamon rolls, long johns, and many other varieties fresh daily. Donuts became our family tradition and business in 1967, and we've continued through 3 generations. Square Donuts in Richmond has 2 locations, including 1241 Northwest 5th Street and 3637 East Main in the Hoppy Jeweler Plaza. Square Donuts of Richmond. We never cut corners and never will.
Summit Computer Systems is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware service, support, design services, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and more. Summit Computers, 1427 Chester Boulevard in Richmond. Give them a call at 939-2120. Finding a used car dealership you can trust is not an easy thing to do, but for me, the choice was an easy one. I went to Tony's Car Sales in Richmond. I purchased my last 2 cars from Tony's and couldn't be happier with the service. They didn't pressure me, and they worked with me through the entire process. If you're in the market for a great used vehicle, get to Tony's Car Sales in Richmond, 250 National Road West, or give them a call at 962-5665, or go to their website, tonyscarsales.com. Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads daily. They serve great food priced for family budgets. And whether it's one of their homemade grinders, salads, or pizza, there's sure to be something for everyone in your family. Our baking process may cost a little more and take more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1161 or go to their website, mancinosofrichmond.com.
Well, the Scots will have the ball to start here in the second half of play here at Darrell Bean Stadium as we're ready to get this one underway again. And the Quakers now 35 minutes away from picking up a huge win here today against a Scots team who have won 14 of the 15 meetings in this series. Here's O'Leary now to the near side. O'Leary working it against Grosso. Quakers had Warren right behind her. They get the Quakers on the penalty. Here's O'Connor again outside the strike circle to the left. Quakers play it well defensively again. As tell you what, Turling's doing a nice job clearing that one back outside. Here is Padovic looking to the opposite side, and that's where Pavlicek will look to attack. From that point, again, the Quakers come up with a nice steal. At least momentarily that time, Honigman able to stop the attack. There is the ball again going out of play. That is Honigman, or was that? Yeah, it was Honigman again. Able to knock that ball out of play, stopping the flow. And anytime you stop the flow of an offense, boy, you get a little frustrated as an offense having to start over again and again and again. Now the Quakers will go back on the offensive attack. They tried to find Megan Hutt in the middle of that offense. But again, the Scots able to come up with a steal. Here's O'Leary. O'Leary can't get it inside the strike circle again. Ritter should say the Quaker defense coming up big. Pass intended for Turlings. And goes out of bounds here to the near side. Quick whistle called by the official against Earlham. They'll reset this right here to O'Leary. Football coming up later today at 2:30. The men's and women's soccer teams on this homecoming weekend will play at 1 and around 3:30. I say 3:30. They'll be dedicating the Matlack Messer Stadium today. They had a ceremony a little bit this morning. They'll do something between the two matches coming up this afternoon, so that men's game may not start right at 3:30. Scott's ball here near your side again. Both the soccer matches will have Radio Troy Digital Sports. That was intended for Grosso, goes out of play. And here is Padovic looking to put that ball once again in play on the near side, goes out of bounds. Padovic up the near sideline with O'Leary. And again, the Scots unable to advance it as the Quakers able to get the stop here on this near sideline as Alexis Warren trying to find Grosso. We've just kind of played now between the 40-yard line each way. Well, wait a minute. The official the official stops play right there because the Quakers tried to come up with a clever way of stealing the ball. The official pointed toward the Scots, and Isabella Grosso thought, you know what, I'll just take it myself and see if they notice, and they noticed. Suda unable to get the ball advanced there for the Scots. It goes out of bounds, and well, we haven't moved past the 40-yard line either way much here in about the last 4 or 5 possessions. Ball goes out of bounds on the near side, and there's where the Quakers will put it in play. This will be Turlings. Here's O'Leary. Chops that one high in the air over this stick of Honigman. And now the ball worked to the far side. Quakers able to come up with a takeaway. That is Natalie Blatz there for the Quakers. She, along with Alexis Warren, two of the better defensemen you'll see in the North Coast Athletic Conference, especially when it comes to the open field play. And we've mentioned time and time again how they've been very instrumental. There's Warren right there with a takeaway, and I don't know why that was a whistle and a foul. So they'll give it right back to O'Leary. One thing about Warren, she is very aggressive going after that loose ball. I thought that was a good steal that time. I was a little disappointed there that backside official takes away. I know he can't be very aggressive when it comes to bodying people, but she had as equal a right to that ball as anyone. I thought Warren did a good job. Warren again defending near the end line. And last touched by the Quakers, that may have been Laura Khalifa. Quakers coming back now with Isabella Grasso. And they'll make the Scots come back and reset that thing out front as Padovic at the 25-yard line. They set it at that mark on the field at the 25. And the Scots again trying to get it into attack position. Quakers again with Warren in there to tip that one away. Ball back outside the strike circle. Here's Megan Hutt. Megan dribbling all the way to the sideline. And now makes the turn. And a whistle against the Scots. Here's Earlham. Salvatore can't keep it on her stick, and a takeaway by Sudith. Sudith taken away again. Another steal by Salvatore. Grasso now will find Megan Hutt. Megan tried to get it to the top of the strike circle, and there is a whistle. And the Quakers will have the possession again after the violation by the Scots. And the official says that'll go against Earlham. So we'll go back the other way. Here's O'Leary. Bring it back again as the official says you got to bring it back and set it up right there. Padovic tried to find the middle intended for Womack. That'll go against the Scots. Here is Turlings. Turlings looking inside. Here's Salvatore, and Salvatore can't get it by the first one, and that'll be a penalty corner for the Quakers. I see the first one is Scheidler. Ends up going down on the turf. And the Quakers will have their first penalty corner of the day. Boy, it took Earlham in, we're 27 minutes to go in this one. They finally get a penalty corner. They love to go to Turlings as well as Megan Hutt. This is Turlings at the top. She'll find Hutt to the right side. Good defense there by the Scots. Able to stop the Quakers on the penalty corner. This will go over to Wooster. Quakers unable to. In fact, they do stop the advancement there, as this will be Womack. And the Quakers peel back on defense once again. On the attack, here's Padovic. Padovic stolen away. Quakers come up with a takeaway. Megan Hutt. Megan. Grasso near side, and they'll whistle that against the Scots. Quakers will keep it, though. Turlings out front. Salvatore. Salvatore in the strike circle. Spins inside. Goes between another defender and penalty corner Quakers. So 2 in a row for the Quakers. Tell you what, Scheidler, Katie Scheidler, she loves to come out and play that ball away from the goal, and Quakers were well aware where she was played in the position that she was in. If they could get that ball reversed to the right, they would have certainly had an opportunity to put another goal on the board. Barnes will put it in play. Here is Turlings to Megan. Back to Turlings. Nice give and go. Shot no good. Salvatore no. Roderick was back there. Got a stick on the ball. Well, that was a nice play. Nice give and go. Couldn't have asked anything better executed that time for the Quakers other than finishing off the shot. Scots can't advance it up the sideline as O'Connor unable to do it. Here come the Scots back the other way. That'll go against the Quakers. And once again, Turling's able to come away with a steal off the attempted pass by Pavlicek to the middle. Another takeaway there by Abbott. And the ball will go out of play, and Wooster again will look to advance. Boy, they quickly get that ball into the field of play because they want to try to catch the Quakers perhaps sleeping on defense. So now the Quakers unable to advance it again on offense as Wooster with the takeaway. That was Rose Taylor on the steal. And now it'll be Mashana Gandhi there for the Quakers. Megan looks to the far side, and Honigman unable to keep up with it. Goes out of play, and the Quakers with a turnover. Ouch! That one hit off the leg of Kudzai. I tell you what, that one had to have hurt too. And I don't care if you've got a shin guard on or not, that thing hit as hard as you could hear it all the way up here when it hit. And now the Scots down the sideline. Here is O'Leary working back to the middle. There's a shot and a nice save off the stick of Schuster as Camille Vandevart off the padding gets the big save right there, and the Quakers stop the Scots again and unable to clear it away back in the strike circle and then restolen by the Quakers. That was Natalie Blatz. Knew she made a bad pass the first time, and O'Connor was there to steal it away. Roderick looking to the opposite side as the Quakers quickly adjust to the left side and did a nice job of keeping everything in front of them. And now here is Honigman. Take that back again. That'll be Turlings. Turlings looking to Salvatore, and Earlham unable to do anything with it on offense. And on the counterattack, here is Lauren Abbott. Abbott past the 50 and then stolen away. Quakers after the turnover. Here's Turlings. Turlings just outside the strike circle. Now it'll be Megan Hutt. Megan looking back toward the middle of the Grasso. Grasso winds up and has that one deflected off to the right side. And hustling after the loose ball is Padovic. Padovic now for the Scots. Padovic advancing off the dribble. And now the ball again to the near side. Here come the Scots again. Here's Katie Harvey. Harvey stops, looks toward the middle. Quakers there again. Right behind was Turlings. Lead pass, look out in the strike circle. Here come the Scots. Scots centering pass knocked away. The pass by Taylor. Quakers able to get another takeaway right here. That's Megan Hutt. She took it away from Katie Harvey. Here's O'Leary. Scots get it back briefly. Rose Taylor can't control it. Earlham again active with the stick here this afternoon. That is Hutt chopping that one down the field, and that'll go out of play. It was intended for Salvatore. The good news there is, in a play like that, that will take a lot of time off the clock again as we're at the 21-minute mark here in the second half of play. So now the Quakers will inbound this one from the far side. Ball will come loose and go all the way into Earlham territory, and that's where it'll be picked up by Pavlicek. Quakers get back on defense quickly. Pavlicek inside the strike circle. Tried to get her body in position to strike that one. Now turns toward the end line. Ball will be centered. Knocked down, still loose in the strike circle. Penalty corner for the Scots. That was Womack. And so the Scots will have a penalty corner again with the 20-minute mark upon us here in the second half. This will be number 7, I believe, now for the Scots. They will work it off of the hash mark to the left. I'll see who will put this in play. That's going to be Schuster to the top in the circle. Not a good pass intended for Womack. Went behind her. It may have stopped the entire attack right there. There's another penalty corner. I didn't see where that one came from, but the Scots will have yet another opportunity. Again, they'll work off the hash mark to the left side. The last time was just a bad pass to Womack. To the right, inside the circle, back outside. That was another bad pass, knocked down by Vandevart. Vandevart again, and we've got another one. Ow, I don't know where that one. There's been a couple of those. Vandevart looking at the official as well. Kind of wondering why there was another one. So the Scots are going to get another chance right here. Looking at 9 penalty corners. The Quakers have had just one, and yet Quakers still lead at 2-0. 19 minutes remaining. Not a good pass by Schuster. Scott's got to get it back outside the strike circle, and that'll take it away from him. Penalty called against the Scots. They did not play that one well. Here's a takeaway by O'Leary. O'Leary flips inside the strike circle. Quakers knock it down again. Khalifa's there. Khalifa gets the takeaway. Went right behind O'Leary. Took it away from her, but they say penalty called against the Quakers. So here are the Scots again. This is Taylor. Taylor, another steal. This time Isabella Grasso. Grasso on the fast break here to the near sideline. The double team coming. And it goes out of play. Nice job by Isabella Grasso, not only getting the steal, but also able to advance that ball all the way past midfield. Turlings tried to lift that one again, and they say you cannot do that. Turlings didn't think, I think called the high stick on that. I don't think she got that stick that high, so now we'll see Wooster go back the other way. Padovic stolen away by Salvatore. Grasso once again for the Quakers. There's the double team. Looks ahead to Megan Hutt. Megan able to knock that ball down. Now on the dribble. Went through 3 white jerseys. Here's Megan in the strike circle. Megan looking inside, and that's going to be centered. Ball comes away again. Scored. I believe it's going to be Honigman who's going to get credit for the goal. So we will wait and see what the official word is as the Scots now find themselves down 3-0 here in the second half of play. Boy, you're down 3-0 on the road, and you only have 17 minutes to go. Quakers find themselves in very, very good position right here. So Honigman will get the goal. Here is Roderick deep in the corner, stolen away by Salvatore. Salvatore making her move to the end line. She goes down, and yet they give it to the Scots. Interesting call there. That ball all the way back past midfield, and waiting for it is Alexis Warren. Warren right between the legs of Abbott. Nice play by Warren. That's one of those where you say, hey, look what I can do. And went right between the legs of Abbott. Ball stolen away, though, by the Scots, as now you feel that they're going to have to really work a little bit with more intensity here in the last 16 minutes with Earlham up 3-0. Ball stolen away by Womack. Took it away from Grasso, but there is Turlings again. Nice pass to the middle, just off the stick of Honigman. Here come the Scots again. This is Sudith. Sudith back toward the middle, and that one goes wide and out of play on the end line. So Sudith can't find anyone to get that ball to, so now the Quakers will get the possession again. If you're Earlham right now, you can take your time. You're in no hurry, but now you'll see the Scots. They're going to have more of a sense of urgency right here, and they have 6 white jerseys now, 7 within 10 yards of that ball, and they're not going to let Turlings do that again. Earlham's looking at the official who made the call, and so now the Scots will get it back. Scots inside the circle again. There is Alexis Warren. Boy, Warren has played well again here today. You feel better when you're Camille Vandevart and you have Warren and Blatz, the way they have played, and I've seen every one of them at home, and when you have those two behind you, you can take some chances and get yourself out of position a little bit more and maybe play a ball at a different angle than you would, and they have been able to do that in previous years. And, of course, Natalie Blatz, being a junior, starting to learn this game a little bit better in her third year. But Warren has come in and just done a good job immediately. Here come the Scots. Vandevart able to knock that down off the shot, and now it goes in. First shot was by Schuster, but I didn't see who got the rebound. So we will wait and see who they say the goal and the assist will go to. Well, that'll help the cause for the Scots. They needed that. Well, the Quakers, that maybe for the first time in a while where they just didn't clear that ball out of there very quickly, and so it cost them. And, you know, they had an opportunity to do so.
Number 23, Sydney Schuster.
So Schuster gets the goal. The freshman out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. And the Scots get on the board for the first time here today. Now, as I'm going to mention, that the Quakers themselves, just from the standpoint of possessions, they can play possession field hockey in this one and just try to run some clock here. Still try to get down and score, but also know that you can dump it behind and make that defense chase you perhaps a little bit more than you normally would. Honigman has it stolen away by Pavlicek, and here we go the other way for the Scots on the counterattack. Scots work it to the near side. Warren there for the Quakers. Also Khalifa, and the Quakers able to come away with a steal. Here's Megan Hutt turning. That'll go against the Scots. Megan did a good job on that pivot back to the left. Let those two defenders go by her. That pass intended for Salvatore. There is Pavlicek on the backside for the Scots. Lead pass will find Womack. And now Womack to the far sideline. Here's Harvey. And Harvey unable to keep that one in play. And so the Quakers again with a takeaway. Here's Barnes. Now here's what you do. This is a good job right here. Probably could have dumped it behind. You had your two defensemen back there. Quakers try to advance it on the strike, but then they come up with a takeaway at midfield. Ends up working out well after all. Here's Megan Hutt. Megan against Womack. Megan winds, fires, ball knocked down. Salvatore, no, and that'll go back over to the Scots. Quakers also had Mushanga Handi there. Salvatore took a swipe at it as well. 12 minutes remaining here in the second half. Quakers holding on to the 3-1 lead. Pass intended for Isabella Grasso here on the near side. Warren once again looking ahead. Grasso fires this one all the way down. It doesn't matter if it goes in. Fans would like to think that's a goal if you want to, but it has to go inside the strike circle first. And Scheidler did the right thing. Just let that one hit in the goal and then go back on offense if you can, but they can't. Good takeaway again for the Quakers. Salvatore tried to backhand. She goes down, and the official again does make the call. A little bit late on that call, but Salvatore hit the turf, and we've seen Salvatore go down a couple of times, and they've given it, really have taken it away from the Quakers. 11:17 remaining as once again that ball put back into play. That one will go all the way to midfield and eventually out of bounds, and that's where Sidney Barnes will take over. Quakers again unable to advance it as it goes back out of play, though. Last touched by the Scots. Here's Megan Hutt. Megan once again trying to maneuver back inside the circle, and that will be called against Emily Roderick. Quakers again able to set it up out front. Top of the strike circle, stolen away. Scots come away with it. Lead pass intended for Christina Measle. And the Quakers have a player go down. Just over 10 minutes. That may have hit off the right hand. I think it did, of Laura Khalifa. And Khalifa's had that ball go off her hand a couple of times here today. Whistled against the College of Wooster on that play. Quakers again set it up just outside that 25-yard line. Turlings to the middle. Salvatore overran that one and taken away by O'Connor. O'Connor to the dribble. O'Connor looking ahead. Quakers try to get it on the double team. Cannot do so. Lead pass will find Womack. Womack now on the dribble against Barnes. Womack stops. Looks back toward the inside. The backhand pass attempt. Honigman was there. It also hit off the stick of Barnes, as the ball will go deep in the corner and cleared out by Khalifa. So now time a huge factor as we come up on the 9-minute mark here in the second half. Worcester down 3-1. Scots inside the strike circle, but taken away by Turlings. Her pass unable to clear it out. That one hit well off the right stick by Sudith. And Sudith hits it wide to the left. Otherwise, a big-time strike by Sudith. So now the Quakers again, they can't advance. Stolen away. Quickly inside the circle again for the Scots. That was O'Connor. O'Connor once again. And that'll go against the Scots as Schuster standing right in front of Vandevard. And the penalty quickly called by the official. Here come the Quakers again. This is Megan Hutt. Megan, there's your double team again. Megan, did she go out of bounds? Nope, they're going to say that's against the Scots. And Earlham will come up and play this one. That'll be Sylvia Barnes who will put it into play. Quakers can again go back to Turlings. Turlings winds up, fires again. Look to the middle to Salvatore. There is Laura Khalifa there for the Quakers, and that'll go against Earlham. Coming up on the 7-minute mark here in the second half. Padovic near side. Quakers adjust well here as they come over and have 4 jerseys there somehow. Padovic able to get it through all 4 jerseys of Worcester. Quakers going to come back with Grace McCool in the next opportunity. Scots again back to the counterattack. Look to the middle. Collision. Salvatore collided with Womack, and Womack went down hard, and that'll go against Salvatore. The official here may give a green card. Salvatore will have to come to the penalty box for the first time today, and so the Quakers will be a man short right here. Wooster once again working to the outside. That is Sudith. Sudith, nice spin move, and that'll go against Wooster. Quakers now just over 6 minutes away from picking up a win here this afternoon. I mentioned earlier they've only beaten Wooster one time in the 15 meetings they have had thus far. This would be a huge win for this program. It's been a good year overall as well. Quakers offense. Oh, there's a whiff. And boy, you can't do that. That's Isabella Grasso there. Just took her eye off the ball at the last moment. Womack on the counterattack, and there is a takeaway again for the Quakers, Megan Hutt. Megan got the goal early. She kind of set the tone for this one here this afternoon. Khalifa goes down, and the Quakers still able to keep control. That's Natalie Blatz. Blatz at the last moment, a steal by Harvey. Wooster turned, and Blatz went down on the turf, and this ball will be kept in possession of Wooster. Near side again for the Scots. That is O'Leary. And for the Quakers, that went high off the body that time of Megan Hutt. So back over to the Scots. I mentioned a little bit ago, and that's been probably 4 minutes or so. The sense of urgency now for the Scots picked up a lot more. Khalifa to the far wing, goes out of play, and will go back again to the Scots. They know they have to set it up and set it up quickly. After the quick penalty by Salvatore, she is back in, so we're back to even numbers now both ways. Padovic goes between Grasso and Salvatore. That'll go wide to the left, and the Quakers survive that offensive attack, and just over 4 minutes to go here in this NCAC contest. Again, tomorrow we're back here. We'll talk about that in the post-game, what tomorrow and the rest of the season looks like for the Quakers. By the way, Kenyon, they are 9-1 in the NCAC standings. Dennis and Wittenberg both at 8-2. DePauw is 6-4. Wooster coming into today's action 5-5. The Quakers at 3-7. Ohio Wesleyan at 1-9, and Oberlin at 0-10. And we'll see that Oberlin team here tomorrow. Quakers should come into that one heavily favored if they go on to win this one here today. Scots again lose the possession out of bounds. Sydney Barnes will put it in play. And again, Quakers will be able to right here with just over 3 minutes to go. Try to keep the possession as long as you can. Boy, if you can drive down the field right here. And here's the dribble by Megan Hutt. This would be big. Megan, again, using that flat side, will find Salvatore. Salvatore inside the strike circle near the end line. Cuts back to the inside. Salvatore will shoot and miss, but a penalty corner first. And this will be big right here as the Quakers get just their second of the afternoon. It's big simply because a lot of time coming off the clock right here. And you can keep that ball away from the Scots here in the second half. You can burn about 45 seconds off of a penalty corner. You just take your time right here. Sydney Barnes will put it into play. Honigman, they'll take that back for the Quakers. Turlings. Ball backhanded. Still alive in the strike circle. A chase for it, and coming up with it will be O'Leary. And that'll go against the Quakers. So there's basically an opportunity right there. If I were Barnes, I'd have taken a little more time to put that ball into play. And I'm not so sure if I'm on that left side of the strike circle. I just don't bring that thing back out and reset it. Make them chase you the rest of the game. Here come the Scots. Counterattack. Scots looking ahead, and there's Vandevart kicking that one away. On the wing now to Harvey. Harvey will bounce that one inside the strike circle, and the Quakers again. There is Natalie Blatz. Blatz again, able to get that one off her stick. Honigman to the far side. Honigman looking into Salvatore. That's going to be knocked down. Roderick there for the Scots. Back to the outside is Schuster. Schuster looking to wind up and fire that one, and I think that may again is, I was looking at Laura Khalifa. She may have gotten bumped inside that strike circle. Down to just over a minute to go. This one is going to go the Quakers' way here this afternoon. Ball near side, that's Warren. Grasso there, Quakers again 1 minute away. Womack trying to get back into position. Womack went right between three maroon jerseys, but guess what was waiting behind her? The Quakers defense Turlings. Salvatore trying to chase that one down. Here is Pavic. Take that back. That's Padovic here to the near side. And we're down to our final just under 40 seconds remaining in this one. Boy, what a nice win this would be today, or will be today, for the Quakers. Another takeaway. Barnes again. Well, this one's going to belong to Earlham here this afternoon. No doubt about it now. Not enough time left, and this will be the final possession right here for the Quakers. And Earlham's going to come up with a huge win here this afternoon. Wooster again on their last attempt as Earlham able to come away with the takeaway, and this one is in the books here today. Final score, the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. There you see it. Earlham beats Wooster 3-1. We'll come back and put a wrap on this one in a moment. This has been Earlham Field Hockey right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
Well, the homecoming crowd giving the Earlham women's field hockey team a round of applause here today as the Quakers pick up a huge win. Earlham now 4-7 in the conference. They're now 5-8 overall. They've beaten Wooster for just the second time in their last 16 meetings with this 3-1 win here this afternoon. So the Quakers on a 2-match winning streak. Tomorrow they play Oberlin. That will get underway at noon. We'll be on the air at around 11:45 tomorrow. Wooster falling to 5-6 in the conference, 8-7 overall. Again, tomorrow it'll be Earlham and Oberlin, noon start time. Don't forget we still have football coming up later this afternoon. The Earlham football team will take on the Grizzlies of Franklin. Is that who we play this afternoon? Who are we playing this afternoon? We're playing Hanover this afternoon. That'll be a 2:30 start time. The soccer teams are playing Franklin. 1 o'clock and 3:30 this afternoon, men's and women's soccer, also on Radio Troy Digital Sports. Final score once again, Earlham 3, Wooster 1. Thanks for being with us. This has been Earlham Field Hockey, Radio Troy Digital Sports.